Hey guys, my name is Scobie. Today I'm going to be showing you how to add a description down below, and we're going to be downloading a software called Snaz. This is a free. Select your file path. Hey guys, my name is Scobie. Today I'm going to be showing you how to add a description down below, and we're going to be downloading a software called Snaz. This is a free. Select your file path. Hey guys, my name is Scobie. Today I'm going to be showing you how to.
What it do? What it do? What it do? What it do?
You ready for ideology, you autistic pieces of shit? Ideology, yo, light your blunts and pack your bowls. Ideology, bro, burn that shit like acetone. Ideology. Yo, introducing Salty Paul. Ideology, bro, you can lick his salty balls. You better open up the door, bitch, it's Gorilla. Got your pussy asses screaming like, no vanilla. If you're new up in this bitch, then you might be lost. You might just get the shit cannon like Kawaii Cost. Sorry. So give me the lighter, light the cigarette fire. This is the shit we admire. Get the business down to the wire. You must be tripping, this ain't easy work. We burning Bibles Bibles and Qurans like we TJ Kirk.
What it do, what it
Because
do?
Paul is on a mission, obliterating the tism of this generation of offended bitches and syllogisms, tripping acid, having mystical visions, and staying in the mid, growing older and older while you be shitting. Got your girlie getting wetter, why you still screaming, DP better? I don't really give a shit if you a fantasy, get banned when you mention the manatee, and can it be a little bit of vanity? Got me questioning my sanity, pessimistic philosophy, honestly, I want my ideology, yo, light your blunts and pack your bowls, ideology, bro, burn that shit like acetone, ideology, yo, introducing Salty Paul, ideology, bro, you can lick his salty balls.
Hello, 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 everybody.
Hey there. I just
How
wanted
is
to make a
everyone
nice
doing?
positive message for fellow Dungeons
Patrons,
fans, you know,
ideology
some people out
popping
there might
off
be
here.
feeling down, might
Why am
be
I
feeling
hearing
depressed.
myself?
I just wanted to
I've got
make sure
this
that you
video
remember
open
it can
and-
always be worse.
Okay, let's get out of here. Get out of here. Jesus. Oh my goodness. Professional streamer in the house. Gonna drink a wine cooler tonight. Cause I'm edgy like that. How's everybody going? 33 people. There was like 65 waiting earlier, and then when I started, it dropped down to 11 people. Like 65 folks were ready to go tonight, and then heard the opening song and decided not to roll with it. Somebody behind me. Holy shit. Who's that? That is Amelia. She's happy to meet you, I'm sure. You probably won't be able to hear anything she says tonight. But that's okay. She's going to sit there and look pretty and join us for a little chill session. Let me see what kind of wine we got here. What kind of wine do you drink? Cab. Okay. Cab is good. They heard about the wine cooler and bounced. I know. That's what it sounds like. That is what it sounds like tonight. 37 people. Looks like people are starting to show. People are getting the drift that we're live.
Because everyone took a pee break before.
Yeah, everybody's on piss break. It's fine. It's fine. It's a good time to do a piss break. I did start a little earlier too. So what it do, everybody? Hello, good evening. I've got some things for us to look at tonight once everybody gets here. We're not going to be doing Jackbox like we did last time because that was a horrible, horrible, tragic mess the last time we tried it. Pretty much every time I started a game, there was one person that just wasn't playing. For the memes, you know. For the memes. Well, in case you don't know, I saw a lot of people saying on the Patreon that this is their first time joining us live. Ideology is a show that really relies on you guys. So get in the chat. Ask questions, say stupid shit for me to get mad at, you know. That's your job tonight. You come to this stream not to be entertained, but to entertain me. See, that's how I've become so successful. I realized that the whole idea of doing shows was inverted. Like you should be entertaining me. Show my muscle rolls? Nah, man. Yep. Only she gets to see my muscle rolls now. My lightsaber? No. I don't even really have a lightsaber. I've got like a light dagger. So I can't even front. Chug? I could. It's very good wine. I could drink a whole bottle of that right now. I'm not going to do it though. Is Hoth your favorite Star Wars planet or something? Right now it is, because it's icy. And it's been hot as fuck. I wanted to invoke chill with tonight's stream, and the chillest thing I can think of is Hoth riding a Wampa. Or wait, no, you don't ride a Wampa, you ride a Tauntaun. The Wampa is like the big fucking, yeah, he's the evil dude. The big fucking abominable snowman guy.
Like 3 drinks.
I do. I've got one with ice, one with no ice, and I've got my wine. Who's the broad? I don't know. Just a fan that wandered in. No, this is Amelia. She's my girlfriend. As we'll be seeing more of her sprinkled around the Ideology universe, I'm sure, and other content. And at the meetup, yes. If you want to meet this beautiful girl, you come to the meetup. You've been on the fence. She will be at the meetup. So You won't get to touch her, but you can look. Any new Paul's Ego fan art you've collected lately? Not really. It's been kind of a dry time for Paul's Ego fan art. I wish I had a bunch to show you. She seems very nice. She's more than just nice. She's the best. Any new, let's see, koala bears.
On the fence.
Yeah. Will she be on a fence? I don't know. I don't know. Koala bears are sentient, evil, and currently plotting. I did not know that. I was not aware of that. I do know that panda bears are fucking disgusting, though. I'm going to show you guys something. I might be giving you a little bit of a preview, but you're all patrons. We might do a show about this. But I just have to fucking show you this video of... Wait, no. Yeah, this is the one right here. Yes. Let me just get it over on in the right spot. These baby pandas are fucking hideous, dude. I saw these the other day and I was just blown away that something so cute could start as something so awful. Let's see. Get a full screen thing going here. I'll just go full screen so you guys can see the full magnitude of what I'm talking about here. Let's see if you guys cover it. Nah. All right. Here you go. Don't say I didn't warn you. Look away if you're disgusted by Uncanny Valley shit, because I'm telling you right now.
Baby is fighting fit.
Look at this thing. Look at this hideous
She's now
beast.
ready to go back to mum. Not as straightforward as it sounds. Min Min may not have had time to bond with her baby, and it will be
I know.
covered in different smells. So there's a risk she
They
might
do.
have nothing to do with her.
How
daughter.
much money has China spent trying to create these little
The team
monsters?
holds the baby in front of Min Min,
Look at it.
expecting her to come forward. But she shows little interest.
Am I wrong that this thing is hideous?
Not a good sign.
Like if this
After
thing
all
fucking
that
ran
she's
at
gone
me
through,
in the
there's a
dark when I
real
got up to
possibility
pee or
that
something,
Min
I would leave
will
my
now
house and never come
reject her
back.
baby.
It's that disturbing to me. Man, I wish I could find that one we watched yesterday. Let me see.
The keepers move
Yeah.
the baby closer.
You know what?
Panda looks horrified.
Yes, dude. That yeah, I would be too. No wonder they don't breed. Exactly. They know what they create. This hideous monster. Let me see if I can find the one we watched yesterday. There was a more recent one that showed some baby pandas. Let me see. Filter this week. What was it? Baby panda presentation. See, these are the cute ones after they get all their fur and shit. I want to see. Oh, wait. You know what? I could do like newborn pandas. See what I get. Great mother giving birth successfully to cute baby. Wrong. Whoa, this guy's got an intro. Do we want to watch this hideous thing being birthed into the world? I guess we're committed now. Somebody said no, it's too late. It's too late. We're watching it now. Oh, God. Yeah, this is... Okay. Oh! Holy fuck! No! She launched it! Oh, fuck me, dude. Gross. She launched that shit right out of her vagina. She's eating it. Yeah, kill it. Bite it in half. Birth is funny. That birth was fucking hilarious and disturbing. I'll tell you that much. Okay, I've seen enough. I can't. That's enough of that. So let me ask you a question. Did your mom take pictures of you being born? Okay.
Not until like the actual scale pic.
Right. I wondered if I was weird, and you have just answered the question. My family is very weird. There are pictures of me coming out of my mother. I've seen these pictures. I was a teenager the last time I made the mistake of opening that photo album, but I've seen these pictures. And I didn't know that was a thing that people wanted. You know what I mean? Like pictures of the actual process. But I'll tell you what, it is one of the weirdest things in the world that you can look at is a picture of yourself coming out of your mother's vagina. It is incredibly strange, and I just watched a baby panda be launched out of a panda vagina, so it kind of reminded me of the same feeling. Oh yeah, please tear it up. You can't unsee that stuff. Yeah, no shit. Hideous. Oh my god. All right, hold on. Maybe we'll get another decent look at it if I play a little more. And she's cuddling it now. I wouldn't be cuddling that thing. No. That is not going to be a patron exclusive. See, look, like, how do these things breed in the wild? They've got like a Chinese lady there sitting helping. If they're in the jungle or wherever the forest, the bamboo forest, like, yeah. Where's the incubator in the bamboo forest? You know what I mean? How are they getting this? Yeah. It doesn't even know how to fucking feed the baby. And then what are they doing to it? We're slapping it till it pooped? I mean, all right. I guess from this angle, it's not... yeah, it's still pretty hideous. It's not the most hideous. It's when they're crawling around on the floor and squeaking at you that really... you see the worst. Holy fuck. All right. What a way to start a show. What a way to start the show. Come on, this is cute. Now, I kind of said it was. I kind of said it was sort of cute when she was cuddling it, at least. Looks like a naked mole rat. Let's look one up. Let's see if a naked mole rat is worse. Naked mole rat. Let's take a look. Naked mole rats, the world's weirdest. All right, let me just mute this. Take a look at a naked mole rat. Holy fuck, dude. I didn't like what I just saw. Yeah, are they sentient living ball sacks? I think I've seen a picture of these. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Nature must fucking hate you. Look at this face. Oh, no. Where do they live? I'm sure if I turned the audio on, they'd probably tell me, but I'd rather just speculate. Where would a hideous thing like this be able to survive? I guess they're underground a lot. What do they eat? All right, let's find out. I'm sick of wondering. Like, what are they doing? Oh God, I don't even know. Everything on them just looks horrible. Yeah, that's true. You don't see a Chinese lady helping these naked mole rats raise their children, so they seem to be doing okay. Oh my God, those faces. Do they see? I don't know. I need to know some facts about these things. I've got to know. Let me look it up. This is the Naked Mole Rat show now. Naked Mole Rat facts. Okay, yeah. Give it to me. 14 fun facts about naked mole rats from the Smithsonian. All right. Let's take a look. Get out of here. All right. Number one, despite their names, naked mole rats are neither moles nor rats, nor are they totally hairless. They're more closely related to porcupines and guinea pigs? Okay. Naked mole rats live in the Horn of Africa. They're native to Somalia, Ethiopia, and Kenya. There we go. One question answered. Thank God. Thank goodness there's no naked mole rat colony in Louisiana, because they look like plague victims, yeah. Apparently they can't get cancer. Really? Well, we'll see. We'll see if that's one of the facts. They feed on nightmares. Okay, we'll see. They're one of only 2 mammal species that are eusocial. Eusociality, a type of social organization in which individuals live in a hierarchy, is more familiarly found in insects like ants and wasps. Oh, that's kind of cool. So they're like ants and wasps. They got a queen mole rat, soldiers, and workers. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Impromptu. Yeah, dude. We may as well just do a whole deep fat fried, a solo deep fat fried on naked mole rats here. What the fuck? So they have a queen. They got soldiers. They got workers. I bet the soldiers are the ones that got the big teeth, like the super big teeth. Soldier mole rats defend the colony from both predators, mostly snakes, and foreign mole rats, which they identify as foreign by their odor, so they smell each other. Worker mole rats are celibate and spend most of their time digging. So they don't even get to, like, that's crazy. They don't even get to fuck.
Oh, there's the cancer.
Oh, is it? Scientists say recently sequenced the genome of the naked mole rat, hoping to find the secret to its long life and disease resistance. No one has ever found a cancer in naked mole rats. They appear to be resistant. Cool. Yeah. What the fuck? How fucked up is that? Like, I guess for insects, it makes sense to me. Like, I could get with being a worker bee. Because insects, they don't seem like they got the same drives as mammals do. But like a mole rat, like what? You're born a worker. What if you fall in love with another little mole rat? You have to run away from the hive to get it on? Can you even get it on? That's the question I want to know. Like the worker rats, are they capable of getting it on? Do they ever? Is it, I don't know. Consists of 200 to 300 or 20 to 300 individuals. And their underground territory can be as large as 6 football fields. Another reason not to go to Africa. Long time no see. What's up, Mick Hitler? Great name. Do a DFF on ants before one on naked mole rats. Maybe we could do one on ants and naked mole rats. Or just do one on eusociality. That's kind of an interesting topic to me. Animals that live differently than we do, you know, have different social hierarchies, and some of them are just born to do one single job. That's all they do. It's interesting. Your name starts with an A. You got to look up Amelia. But yeah, I assume she's probably aware that I'm naturally salty. And thoughts on children singing? I'm kind of with TJ. The most hideous sound ever to grace humanity is a child singing. No, there are some kids that can actually sing. Like, watch. Let me show you. Let me prove it to you that, like, TJ's wrong about some children sing. Most of the time when a kid pipes up, bad news. But let's see. Let's do like the Vienna Boys Choir. Those dudes know how to sing. For sure. Yeah. I mean, this is an unlisted one, so likely we'll be okay. But yeah, I'll play a little bit of the Vienna Boys Choir just so you can hear.
We're the Vienna Boys Choir.
Are you gonna sing? So they like to run in fields as well as sing, apparently. I've got some lupins here. Pretty flowers. Oh, wait. This is not a good... Here, let me just go here. It's not a good visual for you guys. Let's get to singing. Are those the choir boys that get their balls cut off? I don't think they do that anymore. In fact, I don't know that they ever did that. Did they used to castrate? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out if that's an urban myth or not. This is like an informative episode tonight. I'm just curious. Naked mole rats, baby pandas, Vienna Boys Choir getting their balls chopped off. All right, let's see. Castrated. Let's see. Choir castration might be the way to go. Castration. I want to see if this ever happened. Castrato. I guess it did. A castrato is a type of classical male singing voice equivalent to that of a soprano. The voice is produced by castration of the singer before puberty. It occurs in one who, due to endocrinological condition, never reaches sexual maturity. So I guess it did happen. decline. By the late 18th century, changes in operatic taste and social attitudes spelled the end for castrati. They lingered on past the end of the Ancien regime, and two of their number, Pacioretty and Crescentini, even entranced the iconoclastic Napoleon. The last great operatic castrato was Giovanni Battista Velluti, who died in 1861, who performed the last operatic castrato role ever written. So it's done now. No, these boys just they I guess the Vienna Boys Choir guys, they just kind of like wait till puberty happens and then they get kicked out of the choir. It's probably better than having your balls chopped off. I wonder if these dudes are ever like, you know how like kids will get really into something? These dudes are like the most popular boys choir in the world. They're the only boys choir that I think you could probably have people name. And I wonder if they ever like look into it and they're like, yeah, I wish I could get my balls chopped off so I could be the best I could be at this. I don't know. Whatever.
It's like a throwback.
Yeah. Joe Rogan thinks MJ was one. You think Michael Jackson was a castrato? I don't think so. I don't know. He seemed to be too interested in sex for there not to be any balls there. But yeah, see, that's not a horrible sound. I mean, it might not be your type of music, but, you know, kids can sing. Just most of them can't. One of my favorite, less well-known movies is Farinelli. It's really hard to find, but it's a biography about one of the most famous castratos. Let me look it up. Farinelli. Trailer. Farinelli il castrato. Let's watch it.
In the 18th century, no man was more famous, more wealthy, more worshipped than the man with the voice of an angel, the singer called Farinelli. His music seduced women. His magic controlled kings. His songs were the sounds of heaven.
I don't know, man. So I've learned already.
There's a titty.
Yeah, no, that's a man titty. That's a supple, castrated man titty, though, so it looks kind of feminine.
The provocative true story of two brothers who shared their talents, their passions, and the secret of the most extraordinary singer the world has ever known. Farinelli. They stole the gift that made him a man to give him the voice that made him a god.
Damn. That actually looks like a dope-ass fucking movie. Thank you for the fucking recommendation. I'm gonna check that out. It looks cool. Yeah, I wonder if it sounds like they had a woman sing a soprano part for him. But, man, dude, if that's... Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I'm going to watch that. I'm going to check that out. Maybe I'll watch it tonight. I think we were going to watch a movie tonight. Maybe we'll try and find Farinelli. And I guess we were wrong about them not wanting to fuck. Because if that movie trailer is any indication, these castratos were still getting it on. Castration equals deep fat fried. Yeah, that would be an interesting one, huh? Just like the history of punitive castration and artistic castration and self-castration. I'm sure there's been a lot of people who have chosen to do it. Just saw Mandy, the Nick Cage movie. Shit was awesome. Thanks for doing that episode on Cage, because I never would have heard of it otherwise. Dude, that movie blew my fucking mind. It's a crazy good movie. They down to fuck, yeah, apparently. And they were, apparently the ladies were down too. Everybody wanted them. Looks like he was fucking dudes. I think there was like there was some gay stuff going on. There was some heterosexual stuff going on. They got around. I never really considered removing my balls, but if you can still get it on, if I get the voice of an angel out of it, you know. I wonder how they get their free-flowing testosterone then. I don't know. I mean, who cares? They got it from somewhere. Are women gay because they like guys? Yes. Yeah. Girls are the gayest of all. They all like dudes. Not all of them, but most of them do. Deviated septum equals DFF. Ooh. Is that a Scotty burn? Everybody loves Scotty's deviated septum. Did you watch Bohemian Rhapsody? Nah, dude. I couldn't bring myself to do it, man. I couldn't, like, because, like, look. Let me bring up a picture of the dude that did it. 2018, right? Let's find a good freeze frame here. I probably could have found a picture, but this just doesn't look like Freddie Mercury to me. I'm sorry. This is why I didn't go see the film right here, because they tried and failed. That is not, I'm sorry, dude. That is a Freddie Mercury cosplay at Comic-Con at best, and it's a bad one. There's really, like, and it's so important that they don't just put buck teeth on a dude, on a skinny dude, and put a mustache on him and go like, okay, it's Freddie Mercury. Like, I don't know, dude. For me, it's more important that they cast somebody that looks like Freddie Mercury than it is that they cast somebody that knows how to be Freddie Mercury, like do all the moves and shit. They could have taught him that, but this look, it's just not, I don't know. Looks like him when he was deep in AIDS territory with some birth defects. Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't even impugn AIDS-ridden Freddie Mercury. I think he looked better than this. I do like Rami Malek. Well, I'll be honest with you. The only thing that I know him from is The Master. But that movie is a fucking masterpiece. Rami. Here's him roasting the shit out of Joaquin Phoenix.
Doris, she got rid of you, right? She saw you for what you are, selfish and alone. You should go into the hospital with your mother, because that's where you belong, because you're sick and you're tired and you need to be alone, away from people.
Yeah, we gotta fill we gotta fill it with something else. Yeah, Rami was really good. Is it Rami or Rami? I think it's Rami. Yeah, he didn't roast him very well, I guess. It's not the best scene. It didn't really even show Rami Malek. Let's try and find one that actually, here we go. Here's the wedding scene. He's not a huge character in the film.
Good day.
Yeah, he's from Mr. Robot as well, although I never watched that.
Clark?
There he is.
Good day indeed, sir.
How you feeling?
I feel pretty well, thank you. How are you?
Wonderful.
So he plays an acolyte of Philip Seymour Hoffman's in this movie. Philip Seymour Hoffman being an analog for L. Ron Hubbard. It's kind of a loosely based on the origins of Scientology. He's really good. He's got a really unique look to him that I think would serve him in movies, but I just haven't seen him in a bunch of stuff. He's in Until Dawn. I don't think I've seen that. Oh, he's Until Dawn is a video game. Until Dawn, Rami Malek death. Oh, cool. Yeah, spoiler alert.
Ashley!
I'm here.
3 minutes long.
Do this, please.
Okay.
Don't look at shit. Don't look.
He got chopped in half. God damn. You think Rami is handsome? I don't know. Let me look. Never really looked at him all that much. I think he's kind of weird looking.
I think we need to do Google images.
Yeah, let's do Google images. Yeah. Rami Malek. Let's get a picture of him in here. All right, let me pull down your chat. We'll get to the bottom of this. Okay. I mean, he's not a bad-looking dude, but he's definitely kind of weird-looking. Yeah, he's got very, like, he looks like he's got, like, an 80-year-old's eyes on a 20-something's face. Am I wrong about that? He's got very, like, worn and weathered eyes. Let's see here. Yeah. It's just got the very poofy eyes. I don't know.
Baby mouth.
Yeah, he's got a tiny mouth, too. Not a fan of that. Here's him smiling, kind of a candid picture of him. Oh, what do you guys think? Into bug-eyed freeze. Bug eyes are the best part. Okay. A little bug-eyed for me somewhat, but worn eyes can be something people are attracted to. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Like, he looks like he's got an old soul. You know what I mean? Like, you look into those eyes and you'd almost think you're looking at your grandpa or something, but it's a 20-something dude. Always seems like he's uncomfortable. Kinda, maybe. I don't know. Definitely not traditionally handsome in the way that I understand it. Like, if you want to see traditionally handsome, of course, there's only one man to look at. If you want to see traditionally handsome, in my opinion, it's Jude Law. He's not like, see, for me, in dudes, it's not like, I don't like a big bulky guy. He's small enough to be kind of androgynous, but he's still got the strong jaw. I don't know, dude. Jude's got it all. See, this to me is traditional handsomeness.
I have very opposite.
Do you? Yes, you do. Yeah, well, yeah, obviously you do. You obviously have opposite tastes in men. You like the big, beardy, burly types. But yeah, no, he's my type. Jude is the number one. Ricky Martin's, does he look like Ricky Martin? Let's see. Let's go back. There's Rami Malek. Let me go over here and find Ricky Martin, and we'll do a little Ricky Martin. I don't really see it, man. In fact, I got to be honest with you. I think Ricky Martin's more handsome than Rami Malek. Let me see. Yeah, look at this. Oh, that's a bad picture. They're all, yeah, they're all shit pictures. There we go. There's a kind of a recent picture of Ricky Martin. And then there's Rami Malek again. Go back and find it. Oh, there we go. That's a better one. So Ricky Martin, Rami Malek. Ricky Martin, right? What about you? You're on a desert island, and in order to survive, you have to bone one of these dudes. Ricky Martin or Rami Malek? Ricky? See? Not even her type, but Ricky immediately. She didn't even hesitate. When can we expect Paul to cut down to 200 pounds of muscle and ascend to eternal glory? I don't want that. Here's what I want. I weigh 295 pounds right now, somewhere around there. I want to weigh about 250, 260. If I can get down to 260 pounds, I'm not even going to worry about my weight anymore. I'll just be right there. See? Yeah, no, if I get down to 200, she's no longer interested. And I don't even think I'm capable, honestly. I'm just not built for willowy, wispy, muscly. I'm a big dude. I'm always going to be kind of chunky, but Ricky Martin is way better looking. Yeah. No, I totally agree. It's why is it though? Why do you think it is that he's better looking?
I think it's the
the fuller face. So this guy kind of has like a gaunt face to you, whereas Ricky's got like a stronger kind of jaw. Yeah. I think you're probably right.
Mouth's a lot bigger.
Yeah, he's got a better mouth too. Rami Malek's mouth kind of looks like a butt. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's no bueno. I mean, he's a great character actor face though. He's going to have a great career. Like he'll be in a lot of movies because he's got a look that you don't see everywhere. You know what I mean? But he should play a ghoul in Fallout. That'd be cool. Are they ever going to do a Fallout movie, do you guys think? I'd like it. Probably would suck, but his eyes are nicer, mouth is nicer, yeah. I tend to agree. You guys want to cover some news? You want to look at some stuff from the news? I pulled a few news stories. Some kind of... Yeah, I've got a lot of tabs open here. I don't need that one. You're right. Let me just do this. I don't need my letterbox open. Let's see. I don't need the timer. I don't need naked mole rats anymore. We don't need facts about them anymore. You guys are full of facts on naked. If you want to go back to naked mole rats, just let me know. We're going to look at a couple of little news stories. I covered this one on the last ideology, but there's been some developments. So let's take a look. Heads must roll. Outrage at how high security jail could let Jeffrey Epstein die. So those of you that have been living under a rock, Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide yesterday, or was it the day before yesterday? One of the two. I think it was yesterday morning, very early in the morning. He was found dead in his high security federal jail cell in Manhattan. The dude had tried, according to the news stories and sources at the jail, to commit suicide only a couple of weeks before, and was a high-value defendant in a gigantic developing case involving some of the most powerful people in the world. He should have been on suicide watch, for sure. He should have been on baby watch. There should have been nothing in that cell that he could have tied together to kill himself with. So let's read a little bit of this. Millionaire pedophile Jeffrey Epstein died in an apparent suicide while in federal custody in Manhattan early Saturday, a stunning end that both infuriated and baffled his victims and the federal officials responsible for his custody. For reasons still unclear, the jet-setting 66-year-old financier who had faced up to 45 years in prisons on charges of sex trafficking dozens of teenage girls. Accusers have also implicated many in his circle of powerful, wealthy pals, had recently been taken off suicide watch, officials said. So right there, you've got a total irregularity in this story. I know a little bit about prison. I have a lot of family members that are prison guards. And they call suicide watch baby watch internally because you're literally stripped of all your privilege. So when you're on suicide watch, you don't get anything that could even conceivably be used to hurt you. That means that the clothes that they give you are designed not to hold any weight. They rip. They're very, very thin material that's made to tear and rip before it ever tightens up into a noose. You're supposed to be checked on between 15 and 30 minutes. There should be a guard actually with visual on you. His jail cell also had 24/7, 365 video surveillance. So the fact that this happened, this jail cell that he was in, this federal Manhattan jail, has held, I think Khalid Sheikh Mohammed was there. One of the higher value terrorist targets that was captured during the invasion of Afghanistan and Iraq. Murderers, rapists. I mean, we're talking about like tons of people that have every impetus to try and kill themselves are held in this prison because you're not supposed to be able to do that in this jail cell. The reason that they put somebody in one of these types of facilities is to make sure that they come to trial, that they are not given the opportunity to get the easy way out or killed by some other inmate. He was found unresponsive in his single inmate cell at the Metropolitan Correctional Center at about 6:30 a.m. and was dead on arrival at nearby New York Presbyterian Lower Manhattan Hospital. The disgraced money manager was found hanging by his neck, a source told the Post. U.S. Attorney General William Barr said he was appalled by the apparent suicide, blah, 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 blah. Mr. Epstein's death raises serious questions that must be answered. In addition to the FBI's investigation, I have consulted with the Inspector General, who's opening an investigation into the circumstances of Mr. Epstein's death.
Yeah, they're old.
El Chapo. So yeah, another dude known for escaping, another high risk for flight or suicide. I mean, like, yeah. This is not just your average podunk Barney Fife fucking small town jail cell where, you know, the sheriff has got his feet kicked up on the counter and he's sleeping with the keys dangling from his belt while somebody can kill them. You know what I mean? This is like literally a place that's designed to make sure that a person that is believed by the state to have committed a crime or a series of crimes comes to fucking trial. So it says he was being housed in the jail's high security special housing unit, or SHU, in which high-profile or dangerous detainees are kept separate from the general population. Until recently, the jail had housed Mexican drug lord El Chapo. Yep. There should be, and almost certainly is, video of Epstein's suicide at MCC, says attorney Preet Bahara. Epstein's death comes just a day after a Manhattan federal judge unsealed a trove of shocking and repulsive civil court depositions by the financier's former employees, friends, and victims. The new documents, numbering 2,000 pages, portrayed Epstein as an insatiable pervert who demanded a daily diet of 3 orgasms, and who left scores of teenage girls, some as young as 14, sexually assaulted and emotionally shattered. Some alleged people involved in this: Britain's Prince Andrew, Democratic former Senator George Mitchell of Maine, Democratic New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson, investment banker Glenn Dubin, and the longtime MIT professor Marvin Minsky. So a lot of high-profile folks involved in this. Of course, Paul will have awesome coverage of. I mean, this one, I don't know, dude. This one, like, immediately when I saw it, usually headlines don't get me. I woke up pretty early in the morning on Saturday and plopped down here and started checking my, like 6:30 a.m. I got up. And this had happened maybe an hour, maybe 20 or 30 minutes before I woke up. And I was, like, dumbfounded. I literally audibly said, wow, when I read this headline, because it's just absolutely unbelievable. As somebody like, and I'm not claiming to know everything about, prison and stuff, but I've spent a lot of time, all of my cousins, one of my uncles, I got a whole wing of my family that works in the system. And I've heard story after story after story of shit like this. Guys that are suicidal, that don't want to go to trial, they put them on baby watch. It's just almost impossible. It's literally almost impossible to kill yourself in a facility like this. So the fact that it looks like not only was he inexplicably taken off of suicide watch it's actually less than 2 weeks after he was apparently trying to kill himself, but the protocols were not followed. So there's supposed to be every 30 minutes, somebody is supposed to have a visual ID on him, walk by his cell. Somebody's supposed to be monitoring his video feed, which it looks like neither of those things happened. And when you've got a dude, if this was just a fuck up, if this is just an average guy, nobody powerful involved, you would probably look at the jail guards and go like, wow, what a bunch of lazy fucks. When it's somebody that is literally implicating some of the most powerful people in the world, and you don't raise your eyebrow about this, it seems like both sides of the political aisle are on the same page on this for some reason. The right is eating this up because they think it's all Clinton, completely ignoring the fact that Jeffrey Epstein was a good friend of Trump's as well. I mean, this goes all the way to the top. This dude was friends with some of the most powerful people in the world, and if these allegations are true, that he was running this kind of underage sex ring for the rich and powerful, there's every impetus for those powerful people to try and harm him and keep him from coming to trial. And there's every impetus for them to hope that he dies before he comes to trial so that it never has to happen. You see? They'll investigate his death, but as far as his crimes are concerned, case closed. He's dead. You can't try a dead man. So I don't know about you guys, but this one raises all my eyebrows, both of them simultaneously, like this. Yep. Not just one, like this. This is bad enough. One eyebrow is bad enough. Two. This stinks. Let's see what people are saying. Of course, Paul, let's see. How much was the source paid? You're talking about the New York Post. Now, I will admit, let me just tell you this right now. The New York Post is not exactly the best, news source. They're a little bit of a kind of a gossip rag, and they will sometimes run with sources that aren't properly vetted. So some of this stuff might be not exactly, once again, it's a source that said that the 30-minute rounds were not done. We don't know if that's absolutely true. Matt Groening is involved? Really? That's fucking, let me see. Matt. There's no way he could have been killed. He was in a single cell in SHU. So SHU is the special housing unit, is where they send people that literally can't be in the general population because they are a danger to themselves or others, or they are in danger from others, right? So it's the place they send you to be alone. You're watched. You get like 15 minutes of yard time a week, I think, in some federal facilities. So you're under heavy guard. You go out. It's literally 23-hour lockdown. You're allowed to leave your cell to shower, I think, twice a week. Leave your cell for yard time twice a week, maybe once a week. So he was not in his cell with somebody else. And if somebody came into that cell, a guard or somebody was led into that cell, there's video evidence of this. And if these three things are true, we know that it's just incontrovertible that there was some kind of cover-up. So he was taken off of suicide watch, even though he had very recently tried to kill himself. The rounds weren't made. People were not doing visual checks on his cell as is mandated. And the video evidence has been tampered with or lost or didn't work or somebody forgot to hit the button or whatever the fuck. As far as we know, there is definite evidence. If he killed himself inside of that cell, there will be video of it, unless somebody fucked with it. Nothing like a little plastic bottle of wine. The people are still asking, who is she? Well, since you're patrons, I'll answer a bunch of times. This is Amelia. She's my girlfriend. She's the best. She's the prettiest. She's the smartest. And no, you can't have her. She's mine. You can wave at her. You can give her a hug at the meetup. But I'll be watching your hands on the back. If they go too low, we're going to have words. No, she'll be at the meetup. TJ kind of let the cat out of the bag the other day when he said he did a kind of a promo for our meetup, and he said, yeah, our wives and girlfriends will be there. And I was like, oh, there's only one dude that, yeah. News is saying there is no video. Well, there you go. A foot massage? Is that really a crime? Who said a foot massage?
Talking about
Oh, Matt Groening. Oh, yeah. Let's see.
there's a lot of people involved.
This past Friday, let me pull this up. This past Friday, court documents were unsealed, revealing thousands of documents surrounding the defamation suit between Jeffrey Epstein's accuser, Virginia Roberts Giuffre, and Epstein associate / Madam Ghislaine Maxwell. Some cool names in this case. Ghislaine Maxwell, man. He might be a scumbag, but that's a pretty cool name. Giuffre accused Epstein and Maxwell of sex trafficking her, and Giuffre sued Maxwell for defamation in return. 160. One story recounted by Giuffre involves Matt Groening, the creator of The Simpsons and founder of comic publishers Bongo Comics and Bapper Books, and creator behind Life in Hell comic strip. Groening isn't accused of sex with underage girls, but instead, the story revolves around a foot rub and a very specific description of his feet. From the document. Epstein's many Hollywood pals include Matt Groening, creator of The Simpsons. Jeffrey once had me give Matt a foot massage when he was flying on the jet with us, Virginia said. He laughed and did drawings of Bart and Homer for my little brother and my dad. It's nice, but think about it. Okay, let's unpack the whole thing, because on the surface, this doesn't seem, I agree with you, this doesn't seem bad, right? He got a foot massage on a jet, right? Okay, so sue me. He got a foot massage on a jet owned by Jeffrey Epstein from an underage girl. Now, there's a whole scene in Pulp Fiction about foot massages. It's one of the more brilliant pieces of writing that I think that has ever been kind of committed to film, because it's such a great point. It's like one of those great point moments where they're talking about how an associate of Marcellus Wallace's, their boss, got thrown out of a window by Marcellus for giving his wife a foot rub. And one of the guys says, you know, I don't even really see the problem, man. A foot rub ain't shit. That's not sexual. It just feels good. And the other guy says, would you give another dude a foot rub? And the other, you know, his response is, fuck you. Because obviously there's sexual, I mean, not always. But when you're on a private jet with Jeffrey Epstein, who apparently runs a ring of 14-year-old girls, I don't know that I would just plop my feet up and let a 14-year-old girl on a fucking private jet rub my feet. I don't know that I'd feel okay with that, you know? So there's something going on here. You know, she's not accusing him of fucking her, and I don't think it's illegal to get a foot rub from a 14-year-old girl. I've never seen a statute that says that, but let's read a little more. Before asking me about Jeffrey Epstein speaking to celebrities at the house, the attorney for Jane Doe 102 asked me about Jean-Luc Brunel, Mark Epstein, Daniel Estes, Matt Groening, and Leslie Wexner. All right. Let me see if there's anything else about Groening here. Oh, gotta get this. Let's see. On the plane was an unexpected visitor. Matt Groening, the producer of The Simpsons TV show, was catching a ride with us. I was so excited. I loved watching his show. I acted like a starstruck fan, asking him for everything from his initial idea for creating the show to where he got his characters from. Told me it was all based in his own family makeup, but without the crazy father and son scenes of Homer's hand around Bart's throat. I was enjoying our conversation when Jeffrey insisted that I give Matt a foot massage throughout the duration of the short flight. I never turned down a client, but when I saw the shape of his feet, I nearly threw up at the thought of having to touch them. Oh, he had yellow, crusty toenails that even someone with a chainsaw would have had troubles cutting through, and there were fluffy balls of leftover pieces of sock wedged between the crevices of his sweaty toes. Now that was the real icing on the cake for me. No way could I attempt this, I thought. Then I had an idea. I went back to the back of the plane and rinsed a washcloth in warm, soapy water and returned for his dreaded foot massage, but not before attempting to clean them first. In return for my services, Matt was kind enough to draw me 2 quick sketches on blank paper from his briefcase of my 2 favorite characters, Homer and Bart. Okay. So Matt Groening's got gross feet and got a foot rub from a 14-year-old. Questionable, but, you know, I don't think that we're going to be seeing him go to jail for that. Let's see.
I guess Epstein.
Yeah. She did say that Epstein told her to do it. He wasn't like Matt was like, he put his big old gross feet up on the thing, was like, hey, little girl, come rub my nasty, corny feet. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, that almost sounds just as bad as like having to have sex with some old sweaty fuck. You had to rub those eagle's claws. Who knows? Let's see. Let's run through some more news here. Enough about Epstein. Let's go with this, which pissed me off. The Hunt theatrical release pulled by Universal following mass shootings and Donald Trump's slam against Hollywood. Any of you that followed Flash Fried recently, was it Flash Fried that we covered this on? I think it was. The Hunt? I think it was Flash Fried. Might have been a pre-post show. Either way, you guys have probably seen it. It's hard for me to remember. We make a lot of stuff. But we recently covered this movie, The Hunt, which honestly, I'm just going to pull up a trailer for. We'll watch a little bit of it while I talk about it. The Hunt trailer. Now, I don't know if they've just canceled the theatrical release of this and they're going to do a straight to video. We'll read the right, so I'm just gonna mute this while we talk. So the honest to goodness plot of this movie is that a bunch of crazy liberals get together and kidnap Trump fans, basically, like, you know, right-wing folk, and take them to some place out in the middle of nowhere to hunt them. And we watched the whole trailer on Flash Fried recently. Me and TJ, I think, were really jazzed for this one. Not necessarily because I agree with the political underpinnings of it, but because it sounds like an interesting movie and it's socially relevant right now. It certainly either could be a political statement from somebody who's more right-wing saying how they feel that liberals are treating them, or it might be a satire about how Republicans and right-wing people kind of overreact to the way that liberals treat them. You know, I've talked to right-wing people who certainly would believe that something like this could happen. They believe that liberals hate them enough to kidnap them and put them on, you know, a farm or something and shoot them with bows and arrows. But I guess this one got nailed because of last week's double mass shootings. And I guess it was kind of a PR maneuver. Let's read a little bit about why, if they'll let us know, it was pulled. Universal will not be releasing Blumhouse's The Hunt on September 27th as planned. Deadline hears that a collective decision was made by Universal leadership led by Donna Langley with the Hunt filmmaking team. For this particular film, it's better to wait. The news of Universal canceling The Hunt comes in the wake of the studio putting the brakes on the Pix marketing campaign in the wake of mass shootings in El Paso, Texas, Dayton, Ohio, and Gilroy, California. The studio released the following statement this morning. While Universal Pictures had already paused the marketing campaign for The Hunt, after thoughtful consideration, the studio has decided to cancel our plans. So that's not coming out. So this movie is done and is not coming out. Fuck. I don't even care if they don't release it in theaters. Just put it out on VOD or something. We stand by our filmmakers and will continue to distribute films in partnership with bold and visionary creators like those associated with this satirical social thriller, but we understand that now is not the right time to release the film. I disagree. I'm sorry, dude. I don't think that movies have... In fact, I think movies are a catharsis in times like this when people are fucking confused and kind of buried in all of this violence and shit. Seeing that portrayed up on the screen can be a balm. It can be like a positive thing to people to see these kind of things that we're so scared of portrayed in lighthearted and satirical ways. So I definitely don't agree with the studio's decision to pull this. I think it's kind of a nutless move, actually, kowtowing to people that are easily offended. And I don't know, dude. I'd release the shit out of this movie, but it looks like it's no official plans as to what happens to The Hunt now. It could come back for a theatrical release at a later date, or it could go on to streaming once NBCU parent Comcast launches its streaming. Oh my God. Do me a favor. Don't ever sign up for Comcast's fucking streaming service, please. If you've never had them as a ISP, they're the worst. They're literally the worst ISP I've ever had. President Donald Trump went after Hollywood on Friday in what was perceived by the media as an alluded slam at The Hunt. You talk about racist. Hollywood is racist. What they're doing with the kind of movies they're putting out, it's actually very dangerous for our country. I love that. It's not dangerous for literally the most powerful and influential person in our country to constantly use divisive language to talk about American citizens, but a movie, that's dangerous. Come on. He should like this movie. Portrays liberals like he portrays liberals. Just bloodthirsty scumbags. In the wake of Universal's decision to pull the theatrical release of The Hunt, two-time Best Actress Oscar winner and the Pix star Hilary Swank said in a statement out of the Locarno Film Festival, "I fully support the decision by Universal and the filmmakers regarding The Hunt. It's a choice that I also personally felt was necessary. I can't comprehend the violence happening in our country right now. We should all focus on healing." That's part of this movie, though. See, comedies satires are meant to be part of the healing process. It's so that we can get out of our heads and knowing that all of this tragedy is real and to see it like satirized on the screen. So Hillary Swank is also fucking wrong. It's the most perfect time. Yeah, I agree. That sucks. The movie sounded like it would actually make me go to the theaters. Yep. Release it. Shootings won't stop, so just release it. Yep. I thought the right loved free speech only when it's theirs. They love their free speech. They love right-wing free speech, not any other kind. Oh, hey, look, Paul kidnapped someone. I did. Radicals. No other country has government health care. Yeah. I wonder if she gave her paycheck up. Hell no, she didn't. She got paid. Hillary Swank got paid. Let's take a look at some political news since we're on the subject of politics. Sure. Joe Biden blunders pile up. So crazy Uncle Joe is not doing well. I'm just going to get rid of the chat. It's hard to see you guys on this busy screen. Continuing a parade of slips and gaffes, Joe Biden yesterday told reporters in Iowa that he was vice president during the massacre in Parkland, Florida, which happened more than a year after he left office. Those kids in Parkland came up to see me when I was vice president, Biden said. Okay. Whatever you say, crazy Uncle Joe. Why it matters. Biden called himself a gaffe machine 8 months ago, and his slips have long been a part of his persona. But he's 76, 3 years older than current President Trump. Once reporters start looking for slips, they'll find them. And they become a bigger deal than they would have been otherwise, like President Gerald Ford's clumsiness or President George H.W. Bush's goofiness. Biden allies point out that since he's always been this way, it's not a sign of aging. Yeah, okay. Well, you guys know how I feel about this. Not a sign of aging. As the Wash Post fact checker database counted 10,796 false or misleading claims by President Trump during his 869 days in office. And as the Wash Post's Aaron Blake wrote about Biden's mounting slip-ups, this isn't to say Biden's comments are anywhere close to as problematic as what Trump has said. Oh yeah, we gotta make sure that we drive that one home, for sure. The stumble that got the most attention, of course, was when Biden said last week that an Asian and Latino coalition town hall in Des Moines, poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. He quickly added wealthy kids, black kids, Asian kids. Biden told reporters yesterday, look, I misspoke. I meant to say wealthy. I've said it 15 times. On the spot, I explained it. Biden, in a line reminiscent of the Bushisms of President George W. Bush, said at the Iowa State Fair Thursday, we choose truth over facts. I like that one. That one is a wings take dream type of statement. We choose truth over facts. For the second time in 3 months, Biden on Thursday caught himself when he referred to Margaret Thatcher, who died 6 years ago and was the last prime minister 29 years ago, when he meant to say Theresa May. Back in May, he corrected himself. Freudian slip, he said. I don't think that's how a Freudian slip works, but okay. Biden looked out of step with these Wired Times when, instead of giving his web address at the end of the second debate, he said, go to Joe 30330. He meant text Joe to 30330. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Joe Biden doesn't know the internet. That not a shocker. Let's see, what else has he got? That was the second time he called Theresa May Margaret Thatcher. The bottom line, Trump, who revels in defining an opponent's weaknesses, see Marco Rubio in the water, asked in a tweet last evening, does anyone really believe he's mentally fit to be president? Dude, Trump has got that Joseph Goebbels thing down. Accuse your enemies of everything you are guilty of. Oh, do you think this crazy old fuck Uncle Joe is mentally fit to be president? Holy fuck, man. He's just got it. Yeah. Send a telegram to You know, Wabash 7170. And we'll send you a Biden for President pin. Yeah. If you want to join our campaign, start a fire in the woods and throw up a smoke signal. Jesus. Senator Bernie. Okay, so here's some gaffes from other people. Let's see if they're anywhere near as bad. So Bernie Sanders said in 2016 that New York subway took tokens, which had been gone for 13 years. Okay, well, come on. Come on now. Bernie hasn't taken the subway in 13 years. He wouldn't know. Senator Elizabeth Warren talked on CNN of 2 co-equal branches of government instead of 3. And Senator Kamala Harris referred to him as Senator Biden during the second debate. All right, well, that's not, I mean, whatever. Whatever, that's not too bad. That's forgivable, right? Those other ones are not as bad as, like, black kids are the same as rich kids. You know. He isn't doing great in the polls, at least. Well, let's look. Democratic primary polls. Let's take a look. Latest 2020 primary polls. Let's see. We got a Survey USA one here. I'll pull it up for you guys. So there's Biden up at the top. I mean, he's not doing horribly in the fucking polls. I mean, look, here, right here is the bottom out point. This is the July 5th debate. And it looks like he's kind of climbed. I mean, he's got a little bit of give back here, but he's not doing horribly, especially considering his next closest fucking competitor is, well, I guess now Elizabeth Warren at 18.3% to his 30. So I wouldn't undercut the media's power in making Uncle Joe Biden look like a viable candidate. Is this one of those home phone-based polls? I do not know, honestly. I can show you some other ones. I mean, it's based on the average, I guess, of a bunch of polls. So here's Economist and YouGov poll, a Survey USA poll, a Quinnipiac poll, and a Politico Morning Consult poll. I guess, so this is the real Clear Politics poll average that you're looking at here. Not necessarily one single poll, but an average of all of the polls. Bernie looks to be kind of holding this kind of flat line almost between 16 and 18% at his highest for the last month or two. And Warren, I mean, the tail of the tape on Warren is actually pretty interesting. Warren started back here in March at a pretty paltry 6% and has now overtaken Bernie Sanders at 18.3. So, and Bernie has all but he's just steadily lost in that same time. So Warren has had a real track up. Starting here, you can see it's 6.0, and then just kind of following. Did she ever? Yeah, she fell. She even fell below that. She fell below that for a little while. 5.8 here, and then starting around the first debate, she popped up to 8, 9. Second debate, 10, 12. I mean, this is really like, I haven't really looked at this before, but she's got the best trajectory on this poll, in my opinion, or at least on this collection of polls. Oh, you guys can meet somebody else too. You guys see Cricket? You'll see him on the show now too. Cricket is the cutest cat ever, and he has the prettiest eyes. He has yellow eyes that are also green eyes. And he runs Dynor like he keeps Dynor on the case. He eats all of Dynor's food. He drinks only exclusively out of Dynor's water bowl because that water tastes better. But his name is Cricket. Yeah, he was not happy. He wanted to get down. He had things to do. He's over here now. Oh, Crick. Now I'll give you guys a better look at Cricket as we get the chance. Dynor's not terrorized. He just knows his place. You know, he knows his place on the totem pole. I'm very lucky with Dynor. He doesn't have any of the like sassiness or competitiveness that a dog sometimes has. He doesn't have that territorialness. He doesn't mind sharing a bite of his food or a drink of his water or one of his toys. He's a good boy. He did steal the fish taco. He stole one of Cricket's toys, I guess. So it's all fair. He's got a fish taco that was definitely a Cricket toy and is now a Dynor toy. So let's see. I think we're pretty done with this. Move on from Joe Biden's gaffes. I got some positive news for you guys. You guys want to hear some positive news or nah? I'll give you guys the opportunity. I can find more negative news if you'd rather, but I'd like to do one positive story, because we do all kinds of bad news here. Always. In fact, bad news is usually what we get, right? Let's look at some good news. I got a couple of good news items for you guys today. We'll take a stab at them. Let's see. Beijing breathes the cleanest air on record. What do you think about that? Huh? Beijing reported the lowest levels of air pollutants in the first half of this year since the city started recording data 35 years ago, reflecting years-long efforts to combat air pollution. The city's average concentrations of PM 2.5, that's super tiny particles that can easily be inhaled, dropped to 46 micrograms per cubic meter for the first half this year, down 13.2% from last year, and the lowest level recorded in more than 3 fucking decades. Take that, doom and gloom lovers. Concentrations of other pollutants, including PM10, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen dioxide, also dropped by record amounts. Air quality reached the required standard for 113 days in Beijing, or 62.4% of the January to June period. Damn. Well, I mean, it's good news, right? It's not bad news about the... why am I thinking economy? It's not the environment, another E word. Yeah, it's not bad news about the environment. I'm sure China isn't lying. Yeah, why would they lie? China is going to be the only livable country left. I'm moving. I'm going. I see the writing on the wall. I know they're taking this shit over. I know it's done. It's a done deal for them. I'm just going to become a Chinese citizen. I almost said Chinaman. That would not have been... I guess if I self-apply that, it's okay, but that's not the preferred nomenclature. Yep, Chinaman. I don't know why that one's so bad. It doesn't sound too bad. I do love Chinese food as well. Well, I like American style MSG laced Chinese food. I don't know about what they actually eat in China. Let's go look. We gotta look at all the things. Like, let's see. What's a traditional Chinese meal? Let's see. 25 traditional Chinese dishes everyone should learn to make. This looks good. All the Instagrams are banned, so fuck this one. 70. Okay, top 5 Chinese. No. I want the traditional. It needs to. Okay, here's 12. Let's see. Here. I don't feel like I need 12, but we'll give it a shot. I don't want to hear more from China. Okay, so spinach noodles, bo kai mian. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Xi'an in central China is known for its noodles, and every self-respecting noodle joint in the city makes their noodles from scratch. This traditional Chinese food dish includes noodles made from spinach, then topped with whatever ingredients your heart desires. So that looks good. I'd eat that. Looks like it's got spicy tomato sauce, topped with egg, potato, carrots, beef, and chili. This looks fucking great. Fried mashi, or chow mashi. Easy to find fried rice and fried noodles anywhere in the world. This gnocchi look-alike, though, is quite different. It's a little bit sweet, but it's hot and hearty. The additional crunchy vegetables provide a delicious juxtaposition next to the soft thickness. Oh, man, I'm starting to get hungry. This looks good, too. Oh, gnocchi, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, the little potato dumpling things. I've just been mispronouncing it my whole life. Gnocchi. Yeah, that's right. I've got an Italian on deck to correct me for this. Barbecue meat, or cow roux. Cow roux is the standard serving of meat in China and might be one of the most well-known traditional Chinese foods available. That looks good. I mean, it's just meat on a stick. It's heavy spices. Cold vegetable dish. Okay. This one maybe not so much. Literally translates to cold dish is an assortment of vegetables, tofu, and peanuts served with a marinade or sauce. Green beans, cucumbers, lotus root, and cabbage, but it's cold. It's kind of like a salad, I guess. It's the Chinese version of a salad.
There's no spinach.
Stinky tofu. Now we're starting to get to the nitty-gritty. I don't want this. It smells worse than it looks, and it actually tastes better than it smells. Stinky tofu is often the culprit when entire sidewalks full of people are choked out as they're engulfed in a thick haze of stench. Let me read that again. Stinky tofu is often the culprit when entire sidewalks full of people are choked out as they are engulfed in a thick haze of stench. Why would you put this in your mouth? With enough of the right seasoning, you can see they use a lot. This traditional Chinese dish actually ain't half bad. This is not...
I mean, if it's half bad.
Yeah, this is not 12 Chinese dishes that ain't half bad, okay? These are supposed to be... No, dude, no, I'll pass on the stinky tofu. Now, dumplings, I can get behind dumplings. Everybody knows dumplings. Mutton stew, I'm not a big lamb guy, so I'll pass on that. Chinese hamburger. That does not look good. That does not look like a hamburger at all. This is the Chinese answer to a Western hamburger, though as a burger aficionado, I take serious issue with the fact that nobody would even call this one. That being said, it's a tasty treat. It's a homemade stone oven cooked bun with a juicy seasoned pork on the inside. The pork is left to cook overnight. That I'm right out. I don't want the pork. A large pot of, so it's like slow cooked pork. It's like pulled pork on a little English muffin. Nah, that's not a hamburger. Sorry, China. Another cold one. See, this is where China fucking goes afield for me. I don't want cold ass tofu. Seen here is a giant brick of tofu, which is sitting in a mixed sauce of oil, chili, and sesame, amongst other unknown flavors, topped with green veggies. Nah, pass. Yak meat dumplings? I'd try one. Would you eat a yak? That's true, but that's like jewelry. I'm gonna have buffalo horn in my ears pretty soon. But I'm not, that's different. I've eaten buffalo before. Buffalo's tasty. I don't know about yak. Would you eat yak? Let me know in chat. Put a 1 in the chat. I'll come back and do a poll later and get the, yeah, put a 1 in the chat if you'd eat yak, because I'm on the fence. Sweet and sour eggplant. I like eggplant, so though I never enjoyed eggplant at home, it quickly became one of my favorite traditional Chinese foods. This is a bowl of sliced eggplant. It tastes more like sweet and sour pork than a vegetable. I'd probably try this. I like eggplant. Everybody wants some yak, so you guys would all eat yak. Jimmy Laser says yak stinks. That's kind of why I don't want to eat one. And at least there's 1, 2 up in here. So, beef noodles. Yeah, Chinese hamburger helper. Looks good. All right, so it's hit and miss in China. Will this stay uploaded? Yeah, for you guys. It's going to be, unlisted for everybody else, but this will be up for you guys for sure. So while we're on the subject, before we move on to our next positivity, since I like looking things up and learning new things, what region of the world, in you guys' opinion, has the worst food? Like, what part of the world do you think has the grossest, kind of most inedible food that's farthest from the Western palate? Would it be China? Because I'm sure that there's some shit here. Let's see.
Weirdest Chinese.
Yeah, weirdest Chinese dishes. Let's see. People say England, America, Africa, France. France, really? France is like 10 bizarre foods to eat in China.
And Korea for sure. That fucking.
Oh, kimchi. Yeah, Korea. Let's see. Oh man, dude, I see some crazy stuff here. Right there, and if I'm not mistaken, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Right here, this looks like giant grubs or something. It's like bugs that they've roasted on a stick. So this is definitely what we're looking for. 10 more bizarre. Okay. Sheep penis. Okay. Threaded on a stick, grilled and served hot. We got some sheep penis for you. Yeah, they covered up the penis with the starfish, apparently. Tuna eyeball. I'm told this tastes similar to squid and comes with a severed muscles and fish fat around the eyeball. Nice. Bird's nest soup. I've heard of this. It's made using the nests of small Chinese birds, the swiftlet. The bird makes its nest from its own saliva, which hardens when exposed to air. Chicken broth is added to the saliva to make the soup. Yeah, bird spit soup. Chicken testicles. Need I say more? No, I would not eat chicken testicles. Balut, or balu. Balut is developing duck embryo. Okay, that's enough. Scorpions. I've eaten a scorpion before. In a sucker. I had a sucker that had a scorpion trapped in it, and I ate that shit when I was a kid. So I've eaten a scorpion. 1,000-year-old eggs. Duck eggs coated with lime, ashes, and mud. Oh, I've heard of these. These are like rotten eggs. Soaked in a brine for 100 days until the yolk turns green and the whites become gelatinous and dark brown. The eggs have a creamy cheese flavor and a strong smell. They really do. They like stuff that smells like ass, apparently. Snake soup, that's not all that weird. I've eaten snake before. More stinky tofu. Roasted street bird or whole pigeon. All right, they eat pigeons. Why not? That's not too weird. The first ones of these, though, I don't want any chicken testicles. I don't want any sheep penises. So that's weird enough. Some people said Africa. So let's see. The weirdest African dishes are. And Africa, yeah, right. Africa is not a country, guys. Let's see. Weirdest Kenyan dishes. Ten Kenyan foods you must eat before you die. That's not what I want. I want weird. 11 unusual foods you can eat in Kenya. That sounds right. Termites. Okay. Mutura or African sausage. This is Kenyan sausage that's made with blood and meat and flavored with spices. Yeah, it's like blood sausage, kind of. Not bad. I mean, I don't know. It probably tastes pretty good. Sausage is usually pretty tasty. Mandazi chai ice cream. Mandazi is a Kenyan pastry made with deep-fried dough. It's a breakfast must-have in a Kenyan household, and people enjoy it with a cup of tea. However, a Kenyan restaurant, Nyama Mama, has put a twist on it. Okay, that's just one restaurant. Get out of here. Ugali and matumbo stew. Matumbo, or tripe, okay, no, is loved in Kenya, and it's fried, made into different types of stews. Some people may be put off by the smell, but washing it with vinegar and then rinsing it helps. Okay. I don't want tripe. Goat head. Okay. Cow blood. Wow, they're just like taking it straight fresh from the cow, huh? The Maasai community is known for drinking the blood of cows that they herd. They simply pierce a vein, allow the cow to draw some blood, mix it with milk, put it on gourds. Other communities also cook the blood and use it as an ingredient to make matura, which is that sausage we looked at. Termites. I mean, yeah. Raw meat. That's every other place eats raw meat too. Jute mallow. Jute mallow is an indigenous vegetable known as morinda. It's a very slimy vegetable that feels like okra when cooked. I like okra. Some people cook it. All right, that's not too weird. Stinging nettles. Okay. The delicacy made from boiling grains, potatoes, and leafy vegetables. All right, well, I don't know. I feel like China had weirder shit. Chicken head and feet. Yeah, I kind of feel like China's got the upper hand here on the weirdness factor. Try Cambodia. They eat a lot of insects. I don't know. I'm not too super weirded out by insect eating, to be honest with you. I don't know that I'd do a bunch of it myself, but it's not as gross as like a sheep penis or something to me. I'd rather eat like a bowl of deep fried crickets or something than a sheep penis. Oh yeah, cricket eats crickets, so he eats his own kind. Bazungas. Okay. Let's see. What else do I got here for you guys today? We've been doing 90 minutes. We're doing pretty good. This is a nice long one. How's everybody doing? Let me see how many people are here. How many people showed up? 89? Hey, that's fine. It's not bad for a patron one in the middle of the day on a Sunday. Yeah, people want to see the kitty, but Cricket he's busy. He's prowling the house, checking the windows. Well, I got one more story, one more kind of like positive story for you guys. If you guys want to do a little Q&A, throw up some questions, a little patron Q&A. I'll answer some questions for you guys if you want. Got any burning? Oh, sure. You got any burning questions you just gotta have answered? How old is that girl? Why don't you guess? Take a stab at it. How'd you meet your girlfriend? We met on Instagram. Yeah, we met on Instagram. I'm just listening at work. Shout out to all the other lurkers. Cool. We got 13, 12, 52, and 2. All of you are wrong. Yeah. You met your girlfriend on Insta too, dude. Yeah, I had I never really used Instagram until very recently. And we met there, struck up a friendship.
Oh, someone got it right.
Hey, somebody nailed it. Somebody nailed it. I'm not going to tell you who nailed it, but one of you is dead on balls. Oh, look at Cricket. Hey, baby boy. You get your chin? Do you miss California or Texas? Furthermore, how have you adjusted to moving to the Deep South? Would you recommend moving there? I mean, I don't know. I liked something about everywhere that I've lived in my life. So I guess I miss certain aspects of California, Texas, Washington, and Arizona, and Louisiana. I'll probably miss when I leave here. Second part of your question, would I recommend somebody move here? That depends on how tolerant you are of something different. If you grew up in a more lefty area, it might be a bit of a culture shock coming to a place like this where people literally don't give a fuck. But there's upsides to that. A lot of upsides to it. What do you think of Rami Malek being the new Bond villain, and what do you think the direction they're going with the series? I haven't really been into Bond for the last couple. I liked the first two newer Bonds, with the Daniel Craig, but I just kind of lost interest in them. So I really don't care. I'll probably watch it and be disappointed by it. I guess the whole being single for a while thing didn't pan out. I was single for almost 3 months. Not a full 3 months, but I think a lot of people assume that things went faster than they did because I announced things to you guys well after they were underway. You don't go, to Hideology the day your girlfriend leaves you and announce it because you don't know. I mean, you guys might work things out. Things might change. So Ashley was gone, or not gone, but packing her things and fully leaving for well over 2 weeks before you guys even knew. So I think there's this kind of idea that I moved on super fast. Maybe I did for some people. Maybe.
You announced me super fast.
That's true. Yeah.
You waited on Ashley.
Right. Amelia and I have not been dating super long, although we've known each other for over a month now. And, okay, Paul, Gorilla versus Paul Atreides, Gorilla. Do you have high hopes for the new Dune movie? Yes. Love the director, Denis Villeneuve. Gay Paul. Did you listen to the new Tool song yet? No, I'm going to wait until the whole album is out and I'll give it a listen. Whether or not you're going too fast is for you to decide, I'd imagine. Hey, thanks for having like a grown-up opinion on it. Thanks for allowing me the ability to know what I want and what's right for me. A lot of people don't. There seems to be this idea in people's heads, although they can't give me a specific amount of time, that I'm supposed to have waited until I started dating someone else, and it just makes no sense to me.
Did we see Sandra?
We did. I got about, how far did we get through it?
Like 45 minutes.
Yeah, a little over halfway through. We had about a third of it left to go, and I had to stop because they got to the gun control thing, and I was really disappointed in Bernie's answers on that. I was kind of overall disappointed in Bernie's performance.
Yeah, he was like turned into like letter.
Yeah, he was very like, and I know, like, look, he's an old guy, but these types of things matter. Optics matter, and he was very like hunched over. His voice sounded like it was just done, and that's probably a function of the fact that he's doing a rally every fucking day for the last 6 months or whatever the fuck. Right. But Trump's voice never, you never saw Donald Trump giving a one of those. He just sounded very, very like his voice was not in good shape. His energy seemed low, and his answer on the gun control shit just pissed me right the fuck off. Just like most politicians when they talk about it, they tiptoe around the obvious answers. He wants to remain somebody who said, I think you should have your right to own a gun, more background checks, but didn't go far enough. He didn't go far into the personal responsibility angle. A profound amount of these mass shooters don't go purchase these guns. They just get them, either from somebody who didn't secure one or a straw purchase, and those things need to be addressed, and he didn't say a fucking word about it. He didn't mention a single thing about holding people accountable when their guns are taken and aren't secured properly and used in a mass shooting. There seems to be this idea that, I know when I talk with the gun proponents, they seem to think that people are going to find those guns no matter what. If you ban a certain type of gun, they're going to go to the black market. And I know we've talked about Adam Lanza before, but let's just take a look at him here. And I want you to describe to me how Adam Lanza is going to walk into a fucking gangster's house and get a gat from him. Oh, excuse me, fellas. Do you know where I can get strapped up? It's not going to happen. This dude was able to shoot up a bunch of children because his mother had a high-capacity assault rifle in her house that she didn't keep secured from him. So, no, if you're going to be a politician and you're going to talk about, like, what can we do about guns, and you don't bring up the personal responsibility angle for people to secure their weapons and to not sell their weapons via straw purchases to people that haven't had background checks, then you may as well keep your fucking mouth shut. Because I've heard the rest of it before. Bernie took the whole tact was like, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know. I don't know exactly what the answer to this is. Then he went on to talk about background checks and an assault weapons ban. No mention whatsoever about putting responsibility on the people that purchase and own these weapons to keep them from being used in these mass shootings. And no mention of any kind of like charges or punitive measures being taken against people when one of their guns is taken out of their house and used in one of these shootings. It just pisses me off. Like even a dude that's as left as Bernie, a dude that calls himself a democratic socialist, a dude that, wears that kind of pejorative stripe proudly, can't come out and say it because the gun lobby is too strong. People are too reactionary when it comes to guns, and you start saying like, oh yeah, a person whose AR-15 is used in a mass shooting by a teenager that was living in their house or an unstable individual that broke into their house and was able to get into their gun safe or something should be held accountable for the misuse of that weapon. It's a step too far for people. It's the obvious step for me. Like, if you're a gun owner, it's your job to make sure that everybody else is safe. Okay? I don't bring the gun into your house. That's your gun. It's your responsibility to make sure. It's like checking the rear view mirror before you back up. It's your car.
Remember that Walmart? Someone hung.
Right. We were pulling into a Walmart recently, and somebody was backing out of a parking space, and I was passing by. I was going past them, and they honked at me because I kept going. And they weren't looking and didn't see me until the last second. It's like, that's inverted. Like, you're driving that car. You're the one that's backing into a thoroughfare. It's the same idea here. This idea that people whose guns are stolen and don't have trigger locks or aren't put up in proper gun safes or aren't hidden from children in their houses, and they have these horrible tragedies happen where a kid gets the pistol down to show to his friends and ends up doming one of his friends. Oftentimes, those parents don't have anything happen to them other than the tragedy of having a child killed in their fucking house. They keep their guns. You get one of those in my world. One. You go buy a gun, and then somebody in your house takes that gun and shoots themselves with it accidentally, or takes it to school and shoots somebody with it. You don't get guns anymore. Your right to go purchase weapons is over. You've shown yourself to be incompetent and incapable of keeping that gun safe. You don't hear a single politician talk about that. Not one, no matter how lefty they are. And so what you do get is out of Bernie's, I don't know. I don't think that there is a perfect answer to this. Yeah, maybe there's not a perfect answer.
Weapon ban again.
Yeah, the old Brady bill ban again. It's not going to do anything. Most of these shootings, mass shootings, are perpetrated with handguns. So assault weapon ban doesn't even begin to touch the fucking problem. So I had to stop. I had to stop about 45 minutes into that Rogan interview. But there's another reason, those of you that hate me because I don't like Bernie because he's old, there's another reason I don't vote for Bernie. Because I just think when it comes to shit like this, he's just playing politics. He's got this great impetus to speak the truth because he's so outside of the norm when it comes to a Democratic candidate, and he doesn't use it. He's trying to be more homogenous, more easy. He's trying to get that centrist vote, and it's like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we were talking about that. He comes off just weak in terms of his presentation as well. He was using a lot of we instead of I. You know, so Joe would say, "What would you do to this?" And he would say, "Well, we have a comprehensive plan." It's like, we. What about I? You know, and it seems like a small thing to quibble about, but it really isn't. You project strength, especially when you're going up against Donald Trump. Donald Trump takes responsibility for all of his policy things. He pretends he wrote them all, even though he probably didn't. You know, any policy that comes out of Donald Trump's mouth, he owns it. My policy. I will do this. I will do that. I'm working on this. You know, the wall is being built. That's who you're going up against, and optics matter. And Bernie on that show looked like a hunched over old man who didn't really know how to solve a lot of America's problems. I don't think that that's what he is.
He brought up one college too. He's like, I don't know.
He wasn't prepped properly. I felt like Amelia said, he brought up a college, and then he said, "Do you know how much it cost to go to the University of California 50 years ago?" And Joe was like, "No." He's like, "Virtually free. How much is it?" And then Joe had a follow-up. "How much does it cost now?" And Bernie was like, "I don't know." It's like, why bring it up then? Show the contrast. You know, it was just not the greatest interview. So I know a lot of people seem to really like that interview. I liked a lot of what Bernie had to say. I'm not going to lie. I think he was right on a lot of the issues that were brought up. But I haven't heard a single mainstream politician bring up confiscating guns from people whose guns are not properly secured, people who have these accidents in their house where some toddler gets a hold of their gun and shoots themselves in the face. Those people should never own a fucking gun. Not only are they a danger to the people that are living in their home, they're a danger to their neighbors. Like, I've lived in neighborhoods my whole life. I live in one now. If there's a gun owner next door and they've got a kid playing around with a gun, I could get noodled right over here, sitting in my own room, sitting in my bed. There are guns that could go straight through the fucking wall and dome me. So it's not just I'm trying to get up in people's business and enforce safety in somebody else's fucking household. I live in an apartment complex, dude. There are people up, down, straight that way, straight that way, straight that way. It's everybody's safety is it at hand here. And not a single fucking politician is willing to say it. Got one more story for you, and then I think we'll probably wrap this shit up for the night. Can you sue them if that happened? I mean, I'm sure you could. You could sue in civil court for sure. Yeah, if you've still got the mental capacity to do so, if you're not just a total vegetable for the rest of your life, then yeah, you could probably sue somebody. There's a lot of MAGA MILFs. I have not seen any Bernie MILFs yet. Oh, that's another angle that I haven't thought of. If more hot chicks are following Trump, then he's bound to win. Just bound. Here in Las Vegas, we had a guy who was patrolling his community with an AR-15, and he just got busted for making bombs and crafting plans to blow up a bar. Sweet. Yep. Yeah, that's right. We read about that one, right? All right. Here's our last story for the day. Another kind of positive one, I guess. Worshipper 65 takes down heavily armed mosque gunman before he can kill anyone. Hey. One of these was about to go down. Somebody stopped it. A 65-year-old man who tackled a gunman who stormed a mosque in Norway is being hailed as a hero. Witnesses say Mohammed Rafiq restrained the terrorist suspect and held him down with another worshiper before police arrived. Mr. Rafiq was amongst 3 people at the Al-Nur Islamic Center in Bayrum Saturday when a man burst in with 2 shotgun-like weapons and a pistol. The attacker, who was reportedly wearing a uniform and body armor, broke through a glass door to reach the place of worship, where people were preparing to celebrate the Islamic festival Eid al-Adha. Speaking to the press outside a nearby hotel on Sunday, Mr. Rafiq said, "I'm thankful for all of the help and support I have received." He told how he held the gunman down while another worshiper, Mohammed Iqbal, hit him on the head. So they gang stomped this guy. Good for them. Ifran Mushtaq, a board member of the mosque, said that minutes before the shooting on Saturday afternoon, around 15 people had been inside the building. So this could have been a pretty nasty one. Happened in Norway. Here's the hero. So not all mass shootings become mass shootings. Sometimes, you know.
You don't always need a good.
Yep. Yeah, and once again, yeah, where's the good guy with the gun in this? This is just 2 dudes that saw this guy bust in the door and just tackled his ass. This dude held him down. His friend whooped on his head until the police got there. That's poetic. It's poetic justice right there. Was the gunman caught? Absolutely. It looks like he was. Suspect has been named as Philip Manshas, a 21-year-old local man. Let's see if we got a picture of him over here. I guess not. Whatever. Police are investigating the shooting as a potential terror attack and have arrested a local white man in his 20s on suspicion of attempted murder. Same man is also accused of killing his 17-year-old stepsister, whose body was found in her home. So this is like a lot of these mass shootings start that way. They kill somebody in their family first, and then they go on to perpetrate the final killing and then try and commit suicide at the end of it. This one didn't get a chance to get all the way through that. We have uncovered extreme right-wing attitudes. The defendant has expressed positions in which he praises Norwegian fascist and Nazi collaborator Quisling and is hostile towards immigration. Mr. Skold praised the great courage shown by Mr. Rafiq and Mr. Iqbal. So yeah, another little positive spin on things. We need to just have this guy just patrol around the United States, get ready to tackle people. I feel better with him out there watching than a bunch of fucking dudes patrolling their neighborhoods with guns, making bombs in secret. Gonna get your girlfriend a microphone anytime soon? Yes. I'm gonna hook her up something so when she sits here, you guys can hear her. I just don't have that set up right now. I don't think I have a mic for her yet, but I'll get one hooked up.
Good to hear a kiss.
Yeah, you guys could hear the smooch. Yeah, if the shooter is Norwegian, hardly a man. Damn. I bet there's some Norwegian dudes that will fuck you up. There's some big old burly, like, don't they do that, like, strongman shit in Norway? Where it's like they're flipping big tractor tires end over end for a fucking whole football field and shit. Lifting big old concrete bricks over their head. There's some Norwegian dudes that will fuck you straight up. Was dope to interact with you, Paul. Hope you're living good, man. I love you. Hey, I am. I'm feeling good. I'm living good. Hope you are too. Only thing that can stop a bad guy secretly building bombs is a good guy secretly building bombs. That is true. That's true. So if you're a good guy, start building bombs, man, because there's a bunch of bad guys building them. That's Iceland, not Norway. I know Iceland has a bunch of fucking strong men in it too, but I'm pretty sure Norwegians are pretty... Watch. Norwegian strong man. You tell me this guy can't whoop your fucking ass. Yeah. Let's see. Oh my God. Okay, yeah. Just look at this dude. Holy shit. Oh. Oops. Holy fuck. Yeah. Yeah, stand up to this dude. Tell this dude right here that he's not a man because he's from Norway. He looks like he could just pop your head with one hand. Just... Jesus. That face, too. Looks like he's taken a few shots to the mouth. Just like, he's been in a few brawls. Scarred and shit. This is not like American ripped. You know what I mean? Like, you know how dudes look all sculpted and shit? This is just straight up like I could lift a fucking truck ripped. Holy fuck. Yeah. A beef bus. Yeah. A Norwegian beef bust for sure. Have you ever watched Russian slapper Vasily Kamotsky? Russian slapper? I don't know. All right, I'm not going to go. Look, dude, we could sit and look stuff up together forever, but I've been doing this for way too long. It's been almost 2 hours. Let's call it a day. Thank you guys for being patrons. I hope you had a good time. I'll see you again soon, yeah? Bye.